Existentialism, and the fulfillment of humanity in God. Existentialism emerged in an age of collapse. The old anchors of religion, culture, and tradition were losing their grip, and humanity found itself asking with fresh urgency, what does it mean to exist? In the face of war, secularization, and uncertainty, existentialist thinkers demanded honesty. They stripped away illusions, insisting that each person must face their own freedom, bear responsibility, and live authentically. It was a powerful awakening. Yet, by pushing God aside, existentialism revealed only half the picture. It diagnosed the human condition but offered no cure, leaving man staring into the abyss of his own fallen state. Among its pioneers, Søren Kierkegaard stood first. He saw despair as the sickness unto death, the crisis of trying to define oneself apart from God. His solution was the leap of faith, a radical trust in God as the only true path to selfhood. Kierkegaard's insight cut deep, yet his leap remained shrouded in paradox, leaving man suspended between possibility and mystery. Friedrich Nietzsche rejected God altogether. He declared the death of God and called for the Übermensch, the overman who would rise above herd morality and create new values through sheer will. Nietzsche exposed hollow religiosity and false morality, but his alternative was power without compass. The will to power risked collapsing into domination, reducing greatness to mere force. And then we have Jean-Paul Sartre radicalized the movement with his claim that existence precedes essence. For him, man is born without purpose and must define himself through his choices. Sartre placed absolute responsibility on the individual, declaring that we are condemned to be free. His philosophy forced man to own his life, but without God, freedom became burden rather than blessing, leaving man heavy with responsibility, but without foundation. There's no anecdotal outcome. Standing alongside these three was Martin Heidegger, who, though rejecting the existentialist label, deeply influenced Sartre. Heidegger's focus was on being itself, especially the human awareness of mortality. His insights about being there shaped existentialism, but his project, like the others, offered no higher ground. This is where existentialism halts. Kierkegaard gestured toward God but left the resolution obscure. Nietzsche exalted will but gave no direction. Sartre exposed freedom but stripped it of foundation. Heidegger meditated on being but left man standing alone. Each thinker exposed the tension of existence, yet all, apart from Kierkegaard's faint gesture, left man locked in his fallen state, clever about his despair but unable to rise above it. Existentialism without God is like a diagnosis with no cure. It reveals the sickness of despair but leaves man imprisoned in the animal impulses of survival, domination, and selfishness. But let's add theistic to existentialism. This takes it to a whole new level of understanding. Where Sartre said existence precedes essence, the theistic view says essence precedes existence because God has already planted a mission within every soul. Life is not blank or meaningless at the start. It is seated with divine purpose. Freedom is not the lonely burden of inventing identity out of nothing, but the responsibility of cultivating what God has placed within. In closing, theistic existentialism teaches that life is not something we invent, but a gift already created by God. Our task is to discover it, cultivate it, and shape it in our uniqueness.